Okay, we'll continue solving Jigme Namgyal LSS trial exam paper 2025. So this time is going to question number 4. Let's go to question number 4 here. Question number 4. Let's read the question first. Define a function to switch the position of two flamingos. You may use the following terms in the code. So we have to define, meaning we have to create a function. So I have created a function here. So the terms that you can use are switch list, index 1, switch list, index 2, temp. So what is our function going to do? Function is going to switch the two flamingos. For example, if you have flamingo 1 here, flamingo 2 here, these two flamingos we have to switch. So for that, the key terms that we can use are given here. So I have, in order for me to write, I have already written it here. So here we are asked to define a function. So when you say define, meaning creating a function, the keyword that we use to create a function is def. So the name of the function is, we are giving switch, function switch. So inside the switch we are taking three parameters: list, as we have to list how many flamingos do we have, list. Then we have two flamingos, like flamingo 1 in the index 1, flamingo 2 in index 2. So after that we are taking a variable, temporary variable called temp, and the flamingo in index 1 we are keeping it in temp 1. Then now the temp in index 1, since this flamingo is already given in temp, so this flamingo, the place of this flamingo remains empty. This remains empty. So what you can do is we'll put this flamingo 2 in index 1. So here we're putting the switch list, the list to switch in index 2, we're putting it in the switch list index 1. So whatever is in index 2, we're putting in index 1. So again, now our this place, the place 2 remains empty. Now here the situation is 1 is 1, we put it into temp. So now from index 2 we're putting into index 1. So now the index 2 becomes empty. So now in index 2 we are putting the temp to index 2. So in temp what we have is number 1. So we're putting it into index 2. In that way we have successfully switched the two flamingos. So this is how the list should be. Okay, let me erase for you to see it clearly. Maybe I can keep temp here. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number B. Study the code given below and complete the following questions. So here we have 5 line of code. So third line of code we have kept it empty for the code to look good, aesthetic value. So here we have a variable called new colors. So in the new colors we have set elements grouped into sets. How do you know it is a set? By using the parentheses. Sets are created using parentheses. So we have blue, yellow, brown, red, white, these colors. So these are the new colors. So in line number 4 we have for loop we are using here for color in new colors. So the variable color is going to iterate through all the colors in here in new colors. So color in colors. So what we're going to do is in basket 1 we're going to add the colors which we are going to use iterate through these new colors. We're going to add all these colors here. So we've done studying the code. Now we have to complete the question below. So question is here: what is basket 1 balloon color already? If basket 1 balloon color already contains red, what will happen when the loop tries to add red again? So answer is nothing changes, because we're trying to add the red again. Why? Because set will simply ignore the duplicate values. No duplicate values are allowed in the set, since this new color is a set. That's why. So let's go to the next question. Question number 2. How is set different from tuple? Here, I think we can understand the set more better. Set is unordered collection of unique items, meaning there will be no order in set, meaning it does not keep any fixed order, does not allow duplicates. The first one is there is no order in a set, but it is a unique collection. Unique collection meaning no duplicates are allowed. Now when it comes to tuple, on the other hand is a ordered collection, meaning they will have a position for each items, and it can have duplicate values. So these are the difference between set and tuple. So that is done too. So let's go to next question. Let me clear this for you to see it better later. Study the code given from the banana tail part 2 and answer the following question. So here we have 4 line of code. First we have password, and password we kept it empty. So for C, so whatever we are passing as a password here, so we will use it to open the gate 3 using the code. So password, what we're doing is, we are putting the variable from the password before all the password here. So with that password we open the gate 3. So question, the question here is, what would be the password of gate 3 if the code was bare? For example, like, we say if the code was bare, what will be the password? So what are we doing here? So here for the gate 3, what we're doing, we are using the password. So here the code of, the password of gate 3, for example, instead of being empty, if it is bare, what will happen? So here, what is this password doing? So in this password, first, password is empty. Password is empty. In the first loop, now password is empty. Now as you go inside the loop, what will happen is, it will read the password. The code will read as bare. So in the password, so what will do from the code here C, it will read the first letter B. Now as it, after reading that, it will go back and loop for the second time. Since the second letter is E, so what will do, the C in E, it will put before the B here. It will, meaning like, the variable C will read E here this time, so E will be put in front of B. Now in the third loop, this C is going to iterate the value. The value C is going to iterate and it's going to read the letter A. So this time A will be put in front of the password. The what is becoming of a password is now AEB. Now in the fourth loop, the C will read letter R. So this C, will be in front of all the password. Password so far was AEB. So R will be inserted in front of AEB. So in the fourth loop, there is nothing to read. So what will happen? Our for loop will break and our gates get opened with that password. So what question is, what would be the password of gate 3 if the gate code was bare? So here, the line password C plus C password reverse the string by adding new each character in front of to the front. So that was what I was doing here. If the gate 3 code was bare, then the password will be REAB. So that is the answer here. Now next, write the code as per the following instruction. So we are asked to write the code as per the instruction here. Create the class and name it as student. So as soon as we are told, so we'll go and create class. C small letter class student, S capital student. So don't forget to put colon here. Create a constructor with a parameter student name. So we are asked to create a parameter. So parameter, we define it using the word def. Then we use keyword initialization, and the first thing under initialization is we use a parameter self to refer to itself. Then we're asked to create a parameter inside another parameter other than self is the student name. Student name. So again, after closing the parenthesis, don't forget to close with a colon. So we are done. Now we are asked to set a priority name to the value of student name. So here we are supposed to create a priority, meaning like we are going to refer to our constructor, and we have to set a property. We have to set a property called name, and we have to assign this to student name, which is here. Student name. The next one is set another property called mark to the number 0. So here we have to refer self again, then the name of the property should be marks. So marks equals to 0. So now we are done with this. So let's go to create another method. So we have to create another method, and name of the method should be greet, that prints hello and welcome to the class using print statement. So welcome to the class should be done using a print statement. So here we'll have to define again another method called greet. Another method is greet. So the method will take this parameter self by default. So here we'll have to print hello, welcome to the class. Hello, welcome to the class. Okay, we're done. Now question 4, create an object to a class and name it as new student. So we are also create a new object. Now we have to come out and write in this margin. So the name of the method should be a new student. Object should be new student, and here we have to give one name. Name it new student, and so we have, when we pass, since it's taking student name, so let's put any name. For example, let's say the name of the class is student. So let's say name of the student Karma, double into comma Karma. Now call the grid method using the object. So we have to call the grid method hello Karma. So here we'll have to say new student dot grid. So that's it. Now last question under question 4. Karma attempts to add two numbers using the following Python code. So here Python code is here. However, instead of performing addition, the code joined the numbers, resulting in unexpected outcome. Instead of, for example, enter the first name when it's entered like 5, enter the first second. So here it should be second number. Enter second number, maybe when it gives 6. So instead of getting 11, maybe the code is giving you 5, 56, 5 and 6. So that's what it's saying. The code, instead of performing addition, the code joined the number, resulting in unexpected error. What was the problem here? What was the problem? The problem here is they forgot to mention the integer input here. They directly said input here, which will give them a string. So string with the plus sign only gets joined. So first num, second num, when you're joining first and second num, if you don't mention it as an int, it will join instead of doing a addition. So here the mistake was the problem in the code is that they forgot to mention int function in code line 1 and 2. Code line 1 and 2. Code line 1 and 2. Help Karma to debug code. So we'll write the code. So first num equals to int input, enter the first number, then next one is second num, int input, enter the second number. Don't forget to use close two brackets here, since we have opened 1, 2 brackets. So we also need to save with 2 bracket. Then last one is print. So we're adding first number plus second underscore num. So this should be it.